Hey guys, just got a new gun a few days ago, and I have to say I am really excited about this one. It's the crown jewel of my collection so far. If you've seen any of my other videos, you know that I'm sort of into weird, rare, exotic types of guns, and they just don't get much more weird and rare than this one. There are only 10 of these actually in the country right now, and because of that rarity, there is just nothing on the internet about them. There are no videos, there are no photos hardly, there are a couple websites that talk about them, but the information seems to be mostly copy and pasted between each other, and some of that information is wrong actually. So to me, this gun is just too cool, too weird, too unique that I just needed to share it with everyone. I think it's just really cool, and I hope you guys enjoy it. And because it's so cool, I decided to do this one in HD. But this camera, it can only do HD in 5-minute intervals, so there will be some pauses or skips or something, and I'll just stitch the video together. So just a heads up on that. But anyway, what I have here is a Mateba MTR-8. It's sort of the grandfather of all Matebas. It's the first one Emilio Ghisoni designed. You may be familiar with some of his other stuff, like the Chiappa Rhino. He did that. The Mateba Se Unica, which I've also done a review on. That's sort of the most famous Mateba, but this is where it all started. He produced this in 1980. When he first started working for Mateba, it was his dad's company, and they were in the business of making pasta kneading machines in Pavia, Italy. But his father passed away when Emilio was about 21, 22. So he dropped out of school, he stopped studying mechanical engineering, and he went to run the company, his dad's company. And he was interested in firearms design, and this is the first thing he came up with. It's the MTR-8. It's an 8-round 38 special revolver. Very unusual looking one, I'm sure you can tell. But there are a few different variations. There was a carbine that had a stock and a longer barrel. There was one chambered in .357 Magnum that was called the MTR-8M. There was the MTR-12 and .32 Smith & Wesson, which held 12 rounds, and then there was the MTR-14, which held 14 rounds of .22 long rifle. Now, those I have never seen anything about. Like I said, there's nothing about these at all online to begin with, let alone the different variations and everything. So I believe the 10 that are in the United States, they're all the same 38 special model. So first I'll talk about the appearance a little bit. It is definitely the first thing everybody notices with this gun. It never fails to make, ugliest gun lists on the internet and everything. A lot of unique, weird things sort of going on here with the looks of it. First you have the barrel. I'll just start here. The barrel, it's a short little barrel. It's really low on the gun. It has a really low bore axis. This gun was designed with ISU, International Shooting Union competitions in mind. So Emilio, in this gun and in basically every gun he ever designed, his main goal was to get the barrel as low as possible to reduce muzzle flip and felt recoil. So you have this short little barrel way down low. You have a cylinder which is also way down low, and it's actually in front of the trigger, which that's highly unusual. Usually in a revolver the trigger's up here, or the cylinder is up here somewhere. And then you have a concealed hammer, but you have this cocking lever here. This isn't a hammer; it actually cocks the hammer for you, and the hammer is down here, and it hits a firing pin that goes and hits the bullet in the chamber. So a lot of weird stuff going on. The grips are kind of unusual shape too. It's just the whole package put together. It's a weird looking gun. I'll flip this over so you can see the other side. Sort of more of the same, and it does have this the trigger, this lever is exposed here, and this is what actually rotates the cylinder for you. Then over here you have the cylinder release. So like I said, a lot of weird stuff going on as far as the looks of it. Let me zoom out and I'll show you. I pulled out my Python, and I like to compare guns in my videos so you can get a sense of the size of these things. So let's see, that's in frame, right? Yeah. So you can see they're roughly the same size, really. I was kind of surprised. I mean, there are no, like I said, there's like nothing on the internet about these things, so I didn't know what to expect as far as size goes. Somehow I just thought it would be bigger than it is, actually. You can see it's about the same size as a Python overall. But the gun itself is actually, it fits in the hand decently. I mean, it's pretty thin in the back, and overall, I would say the package it's just more, I don't know, dainty or elegant in person than I thought it would be. I thought it was going to be really big and clunky, and I actually weighed this one, and it's 43.7 ounces empty. which is actually only an ounce heavier than the Python. So in addition to being a little bit more I don't know, dainty than I thought it would be, it's also not really as heavy as I thought either. It does feel different in your hand because obviously the weight is all up front rather than being on top of your, on top of the center of gravity sort of right there. But it's not as awkward as I thought it might be. I mean, when you load this up with 8 rounds, yes, it is heavy. But I don't know. I mean, that's going to contribute also to the reduced recoil because all this weight up here keeps the muzzle from rising. So, yeah, I mean, all these weird ergonomics, they do serve a purpose in this gun. They do come together, and yes, it looks funny, but they, it is what it is, and it was designed on purpose this way. So, it's a very unique, sort of revolutionary design, and that's part of the appeal for me.